Guarding against an aggressive ingress on goal? Grasp the groundwork today on Ruly Tuesday. Let's do this. Hey friends, I'm Keely Dunn of FHumpires. We're the third team, and this is yet another hot take on just one rule in the book. 13 down, 121 to go, give or take. Andy Halliday got in touch with this gremlin of a situation where he needed to manage an attacker who was deliberately standing with 1 foot inside the goal, with the aim of annoying or distracting the goalkeeper. Does 1 foot constitute entering the goal? And what would you do about it? Let's get to the genesis. Rule 9.14. Players must not intentionally enter the goal their opponents are defending or run behind either goal. Nice and simple, right? How very dare you? This is hockey we're talking about. First of all, the concept of intent is a tough one to grapple with. Some argue that the meaning of the word indicates the player must intend or pre-plan to break the rule. But the more logical take is that the player has to only intend their action, and whether they know that they're breaking a rule or even know that there's a rule is not the point. In the example here, the attacker is going after the rebound and his momentum takes him into the goal. This, for me, doesn't satisfy either interpretation of what could be construed as intentional. But let's assume you have some form of intent, either to commit the action or to break the rule. We're always going to look next for a disadvantage to occur. Again, nothing turned on this particular attacker being inside the goal at the moment that the ball crossed the line or before it. It's a good goal. So getting back to Andy's situation, annoyance is not disadvantage. If that were the case, every time I stepped on the pitch, my opponents would have cause for appeal. No, the actual action that infringes on the rule has to be the difference that makes it more difficult for the opposing team to compete on a level playing field. If a rule like obstruction isn't being broken, then we're looking for defenders being pulled out of space or time being created that couldn't have otherwise existed but for that entry into the goal. Looking at another example of 9.14, but one where the attacker actually runs behind the net may help. The goal scored by Germany in the 2012 final of the Olympics will go down as one of those moments where, had it been detected, may have been deemed advantageous. However, would the other completely unmarked attacker on the same side of the goal been able to score? Both players were wide open and only one of them went behind the goal. In any event, it goes to show just how difficult it is to pick up these moments. Here's an example where a clear disadvantage does occur. It might have a lot to do with the fact that the attacker grabs the defender's stick and conveniently disposes of it for him. But absent that egregious behavior, the space created by the ingress on goal here and the time that it created should have been enough for a free hit to be awarded. As for the final point, what is entering? We can look to the penalty corner rules, and specifically 13.3 sub I, where no attacker or defender is permitted to enter the circle, cross the central line or the back line until the ball has been played. Common understanding is this means a player's body or stick can break the vertical plane above that line, but their body can't touch the ground inside. That is entering. So yes, for me, one attacker's foot on the other side of the goal line would be a technical breach. But in order for it to require an intervention, it would have to be intentional and it would have to cause disadvantage to the defending team. So if you have an attacker being a jerk, deal with it proactively. By telling them to knock it off, you're largely destroying that element of surprise that is so crucial for this particular gambit to work. Did this granular gamble grip you with its gravitas? Show your gratitude for this Ruly Tuesday with a like and regale me with your thoughts in the comments and replies, and heck, tag someone who could gain from this gripe. Don't forget about the FHumpires third team, where your green membership at $3 a month will help us grooving. I'd be eternally grateful. Ciao for now.